Hey guys, today's video is about debunking homeschool myths, and the one in particular, I don't have enough patience to homeschool. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Stacey, and here on my channel it's all about being a mom, raising kids, living overseas, and I'm really passionate about all things homeschool. I know that being a mom is really hard, but it also can be really rewarding and fulfilling, and I just want to be here to help encourage other moms in the midst of chaos. Today's video is in collaboration with a bunch of other homeschool moms. We are all debunking homeschool myths. The host of this collab is Plan, Prep, Pray. She's a YouTube channel here, and her channel is all about helping moms homeschool and bringing peace to their chaos. So I definitely encourage you to check out her channel. She has a bunch of short videos that are really helpful and encouraging to help you as a homeschool mom and just as a mother be organized, homeschooling tips, and empower your kids. So I'm excited to watch the other videos in the playlist and see what they have to say. And the lady hosting it, Plan, Prep, Pray, I'll have her video linked down below in the description box, and I also have the link for the playlist down below in the description box. So check that out if you want to. Have you ever heard anyone say, I couldn't homeschool, I don't have enough patience to do that? I've had a lot of people say to me, you must have a lot of patience. And I think a lot of homeschool moms have had this said to them. And sometimes it can be a little bit frustrating because I think a lot of us feel like we're so imperfect and we do run out of patience, and you don't have to be perfect to be a homeschool mom. So I just want to talk about this a little bit today. I want to talk about some ways to, when you're feeling I want to talk about like where our patience come from and how to get more of it. And I also want to talk about what to do when you're feeling really frustrated at that point of breaking in your homeschool day. And I also want to talk about what's behind the question of how do you have enough patience to homeschool your kids. I want to talk about kind of the thinking that's behind that. Okay, so what is patience and where does it come from? So I believe that our patience comes from God, that He is the creator of patience, and that if we need more, that we have the option and we can go to Him and ask for that. And I know it seems so simple, but it's really hard to remember in the midst of chaos. When you're homeschooling your kids and the baby's crying, the toddler's tearing the books apart, and your kids who are in school don't want to be doing school for some reason, it can be really frustrating, and it can be really hard to remember that you can ask God for more patience. I would encourage you to do a Bible study on patience and to look up all the different verses that go with it, and to talk about, and to also study like God's patience with like the Israelites and we as humanity in general. And I know for me, like I need to remember to ask for more patience sometimes in the moments, but along with that, don't be surprised if God gives you scenarios and situations where you get to practice your patience in order to grow your patience. Okay, next I want to talk about when we are feeling really frustrated and the brink of our patience breaking in a homeschool day. What are some things that we can do to help with that? So the first one is taking a break. Just saying, okay, I'm gonna set my timer on my phone for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever, and we're gonna take a break. And this gives you time. And so for me, this, in my scenario, like it would give me time to go nurse the baby if I need to get the toddler, go change his diaper, get him started on a new project. And then also for my kids that are in school, it gives them a break to go run and play, think about something else, give their brain a break, and that way when they come back, they're ready to focus again. Okay, and another idea is just to call it quits for the day. If mom is about to lose it and you are not doing good and you just need a long break, I would say just call it quits for the day and come back again tomorrow. It's amazing what a good night of sleep and a fresh day can help everyone. Some days you're just going to have hard days, you're going to have bad days in homeschool. It doesn't mean you're a failure. I mean, it doesn't mean you can't homeschool. It just means you had a hard day. That's all. Hard doesn't necessarily mean that you're a bad mom or a bad homeschool parent. It just means you're having a hard day. That's all. Part of normal life. Okay, another one is don't follow the curriculum exactly. So the other day, my 6-year-old was not into writing. He just wasn't having it. And so I just had him orally tell me all the answers, and then I could just write them in for him. He's little yet. I understand his hand hurts, and sometimes after doing a lot of writing, he's not used to doing a lot of writing. It's the beginning of the school year, and he still is learning. He still knows the answers, and he's just telling me, and I'm just writing them in for him. I don't do it every day, but every once in a while, I think it's fine. The curriculum is there as a guide, as a suggestion. You do not have to follow it exactly. So take a break, quit for the day, don't follow the curriculum exactly, get a snack, get hydrated, get up and move around, get some exercise. It's amazing if your kids are hungry, especially like my 2-year-old. Sometimes he doesn't know how to voice that. All he knows is he doesn't feel good and he's whiny and crying. And it's amazing how sometimes a snack or a drink can just replenish him and help him be happy again for a bit. And then last of all, bribery. Yes, I said that. Sometimes I will tell my boys, okay, when you guys are all done with school today, you can go and get a piece of candy out of the fridge, or we will go do XYZ. And that can get them really excited and really motivated, and just that kick that they need to go ahead and stay focused and get their work done. And yeah, I'm not above bribing my kids. We as adults do this all the time. We reward ourselves. Like, we had a hard day, we'll allow ourselves to get on Instagram, we'll allow ourselves to go get some chocolate, we'll allow ourselves, you know, a cup of coffee or whatever. Like, we give ourselves little rewards in adulthood, and so I think this applies for kids, and maybe even more so applies to kids. They need these little rewards and little motivation things. And along with little rewards and little motivation thing, don't forget your words that come out of your mouth can be so empowering to your kids. I know that when I say why can't you hurry up? Why can't you focus? That just derails and slows everything down to a halt. If I'm speaking words of life like, wow, look at you, you got that problem right. Look at that, you did those 2 things so fast. Look at that, you read that page so well and so fast. And just those words of encouragement, man, that just makes them like sit up and refocus, and wow, mom thinks I'm doing a good job, and look, I did that page so fast. They believe it, they feel it, and then they continue to do better. It really, really motivates them. So don't forget, moms or dads, that those words of encouragement are so powerful. And I know for me, like even when I'm feeling impatient and frustrated and I'm like, let's get this done, that is not the attitude I want to have. And if I don't voice that, instead I voice words of encouragement and words of like, you're doing a good job, that is so, it can change their attitude, and it even changes my attitude. Even when I'm not feeling it, if I make myself like smile and be encouraging, it can change my attitude too. Okay, and number 3, what has our society and culture taught us about patience and being at home with our kids? So I think that the culture and society at large has taught us that it's really hard to be at home all day with your kids, and that there's no way you have enough patience to deal with them. So the solution has been to spend time apart. However, I don't really think that solution is working. I know that for me, in my personal experience, the less time I spend with my kids, the less patience I have with them. So let me give you guys an example of this. My husband, Dewey, and I asked him, and he said I can share this with you guys. I know that when he works a lot and he's like only home a little bit in the evenings, and he's not around the kids a lot, that then he tends to lose his patience with them a lot quicker and a lot sooner, versus when he has like several days in a row spent a lot of time with them, then he has a lot more patience with them. His mindset is a lot more understanding of where they're developmentally at, and he's able to deal with them on their level a whole lot better. And that's true for me too. When I even spend like a day away from them and then I come back and I realize just how much quicker I'm apt to like snap at them and be like, why can't you, get ready and get out the door a little bit faster? Why do you take so long to XYZ? And when I'm with them a lot more, I'm a lot more understanding of where they are at developmentally, and therefore it enables me to have more patience with them. So I think it's really natural for us as moms or dads, when we are with our kids, you grow into it. You grow into having more patience. No, you're not going to have it all of a sudden. It takes time. But the more you're with your kids and practice patience, the more patience you'll have. Do I have perfect patience and never lose it with my kids? No. I'll be the first to tell you, my husband will tell you, my kids will tell you, I mess up, and sometimes I do get really impatient with them. And then I think it's key to come back and apologize to them, ask for their forgiveness, say mommy's not perfect, and set that example for them, so that way when their emotions are up high and they mess up, they know how to handle it also. If you set that example of how you deal with that emotion of maybe feeling really impatient or frustrated, then that will help them to know how to deal with that same emotion when they're feeling that also. Okay, so that is all. So quickly, let's go back over what we talked about. So where does our patience come from? It comes from God, and we can ask Him for more. If you're feeling impatient and homeschooling in specific, take a break, come back the next day, get a snack. Don't be afraid to switch up the curriculum, to not follow it exactly, make it more fun. And motivation, whether that's like bribery, like saying, okay, if you finish this, you can go and get a snack, you can go get a piece of candy. And then also words of empowering your kids, like words of praise and stuff. That can be so motivating to kids, and it can help change their attitude, and it can help change mom's attitude. And then last of all, the more time you spend with your kids, the more you practice patience, the more you'll have patience. It's natural. Alright guys, that's all I have. Thanks so much for watching. The link for the other videos is down below in the description box, and look over to watching those. Smash that thumbs up button if you like this, and it just lets me know that you would like to see more content like this. And we'll see you guys again soon. Bye!